Alright everyone, I am late to the game this week. Had a long weekend, was visiting family and spending some time with them, but it is now time to get into the weekly shorts. I haven't even had a chance to look at anyone, so we'll see what these are. Hoping to get some good ones this week. But let's take a look at last week's maps, because I'm curious to see what these records look like. Okay, so this is Psychosis. This one was pretty crazy. Oh, I like the skin, RC car. This one was pretty crazy. This was going to be just a tight line, and I doubt there's going to be really much to it. Yeah, a little sideways jump there. Tight line probably here. Yeah. Yeah, they only had, what is that, 0.2 on me, so that's crazy. Oh, I'm Geraldo is there. Sometimes I see them in Cup of the Night. Yeah, so this one was pretty simple. I thought that one was a little too straightforward. Still a good map, but hoping this week's number one is a little bit better. Okay, second one. Let's see, I am 0.8 behind, which honestly doesn't surprise me. I think there's a lot I could gain on this one. Let's see if there's anything crazy that Illrider TM has gotten here. Really good line there. Wow, really wide. And then just a tight line inside. Nice, clean run. All right, next. I'm curious to see how much people hunted this one, because this one had a pretty tight gap. Wow, 0.5 from Isfu. Curious to see how clean they get this. Wow, even an airtime reduction there. And then, oh, nosedive. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. But this was a really good one. Not much of a puzzle, but I did like the precision there. That was a pretty wicked, first turn there. But yeah, I really like that one. But the puzzle is probably my favorite of the maps. This one was really fun too. Oh, looks like Isfu got another run here, about a second ahead of me. Curious to see where they gained that. They probably overjumped the very last part, which I didn't. Yep, reduces airtime there. Here's where I'm talking about. Oh yeah, they make it. That saves you so much time. That is an insane line. Let's take a look at that again. A little further back. Like, this is so crazy. Does he release? Yeah, tiny release so he can get that turn tight to make that. That's incredible. Nice run. And then finally, we have Marble Fever. I'm curious to see if anyone did any redactor shenanigans. Yeah, looks like they did. 5 seconds is a lot. Okay. Oh, that's genius. Wow, what a run. That's so cool. I figured there'd be something like this, so I'm glad that we're seeing it. And this is honestly what Weekly Shorts is about. Finding these crazy routes. Especially in this one where it's intended to, be a little wacky. I thought I did a pretty good run there myself, but clearly not. Alright, anyway, that was last week's. Let's hop in to week 19. We have Sunny Paradise. Okay. About 72,000 people have played this. There are 2 routes here. I can make up my mind, so I'm going through the dirt. Okay. Pretty standard. Okay, that's kind of cool. Alright, so we've got a couple routes here. I like this. It's still wide, but it gives you some options. It's not just a straightforward path like the last one, which was, you're going to get the author time, and then first place is going to be 0.2 ahead of you, and you're going to be 12,000th. So, curious to see this. Okay, that was a little disgusting. I think I want to take this tight with a brake tap, because then I can get around, and 41K. Wow. Get some good dings there. That's insane. Like, I didn't expect it to be a good run by any means, but it's kind of cool to see, like, how many people are playing these. Okay, that's gonna, minus the little cut there on the penalty grass, I think that way is gonna be faster. So I lost a lot in the end there, but let's see. I'm curious, I'm at 41K now. How many places do I gain when I do a decent run here? And I wonder if I can just go through those trees, or if the speed loss is going to be not so great. How much do I lose? Okay. I don't think that's really worth it, because I was 0.2 ahead with less speed on there, going the other way, all the way fully around. Oh yeah, this is gonna be faster. That gear, I've got to figure out that gear, because that is not correct. All right, 0.8. Let's see if we can get a good time here. I'm just curious how much you lose. Yeah, you lose way too much. Okay. I wanted to see if I got that a little cleaner. Bad. Somehow that was better, but that was bad. We want to go super inside here. That way we don't go as far up the dirt wall, if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my brain, but, you know, I just got home from work, so all bets are off. So if I go wide here, then I can take an inside line. I'll lose a little bit of time. But I think, yeah, I have 55 extra speed. If I get that drift correct, I think that could be a decent way to do things. So all the way wide here. Didn't quite get it. Oof. Big oof. That one need to get smooth, but like, there we go. All right, that felt decent. Top 6,000 or so, but not quite good enough. See, it's a little easier now that I have a gauge. Like, normally I do this on Sundays when it comes out, and so, you know, I just quickly want to hunt the author medals as quick as possible and kind of see what I can get quickly. But now, like, my brain, that Trackmania brain, is just like, oh, that's not good enough. That's only like 6,000. You know, you have no idea when you're hunting these on a Sunday and you finish and you're like the third person to finish the map. So that needs to be no slide. I do know that. Especially because there's a gear there. Okay, hold on. Have I just been eating the gear and not even paying attention to it? Because then there's that gear. Okay, you want to be slow. What am I even saying? I didn't even mean to say I want to be slow, but that's what we got. That's what came out. Inside here, maybe? I wonder if... No, they put... I was gonna say... I wonder if that's still a possibility, though. Yeah, you don't want to lose the gear there. Alright, let's give it like one more, and then I'll do a hunting session on my own. Typically, like, I don't think I'm anywhere near maxed out, but, you know, it takes me a long time to figure out things, and I don't think anyone wants to see me bang my head against the wall until I figure out the right strat, especially since I don't look for them. I'll take that PB. Great. Honestly, fantastic first map. I think it captures the wide style, and it's got multiple routes, so that's fun. What do we got for number 2? Ooh, we've got a fun little grass thing here. Okay. Let me just do that. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting one. Okay. I don't even know what to say about this one just yet. Because that one honestly, like, broke my brain. This reminds me of that, the one where we had the ice quarter pipes with in like one of the first weeks. That first turn for some reason. Okay. Ah. I am definitely missing something here, though. Slow grass is kind of good. All right. Glowed. See, this start is kind of tricky because where I want to take the line, I'm going to hit. And there's got to be a way to do that full speed. Or at least I assume there would be. That, maybe there's a bug slide there. That should be AT, maybe? No, not quite. I don't have enough speed in that run, so I don't think it may be a bug slide if you can get a lot of speed, but I didn't have enough there for that one, so I don't think I will try that. That turn is just a little awkward, because you lose a lot of speed. See, it's that one right there. You just kill all of your speed, so I'm trying to figure out how not to do that. Try and do a quick air brake there. I need 0.15. There we go, that felt better. Plus 35 speed, and I stayed off the penalty grass, but it did nothing for me because I did not take a shorter line. Fantastic. So let's do this. Let's cut the penalty grass. Okay, that's AT. Now let's get a better run. Oh, there we go. Funny, I finally got that first turn full speed, and I just biffed the rest of everything. Okay, let's do this. We got Choo-doo-doo-doo-doo in the in first. Not who I would expect here. Generally a really good player, but for slow grass I would not have expected them. So I'm curious what kind of tricks and other things that you can do here. See how much speed I gain here. I'm really curious about the bug slide here. Like, see, that's just very slow. How much do I lose? Yeah, I lose too much. I lose 0.2. I gain some speed, but I lose 0.2. In a poorly executed bug slide, that is. Let me see. What's Cam 7? Nah, there's no reroutes. There's not gonna be. I will admit I'm a little skill checked here. Okay. I lost a lot then in that. Okay. I see where I lose it now. Now, can I do anything about it? I also wonder if there's going to be a bunch of no slide stuff. Okay, that's very slow. That is definitely not what to do. Let's just restart. Wipe the slate clean. Okay, that felt good. We should gain on this, but we didn't. I thought that's where I lost speed. Huh. Could have sworn that downhill after this next turn was where I lost all of my PB. Okay, apparently yes, but alright. So I think I could do that one tick a little better. Just a smidge. Okay, so I can gain 0.02 just by taking the inside finish. So if I drive another run, I at least got another 0.02. I think I could probably get another 10th or 2 out of this easily. Beyond that, I'm not so sure. I'll have to do some grinding. Maybe hop into the lobby and watch some other people run. Yeah, because if I get more speed, that's not going to matter because I took an more inside finish than what I just finished there. Okay. Alright. Let's move on. I want to see the puzzle. Palm tree water. Okay. Bepeza has the record. Okay, that is interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me see about going around the outside. Booster, I would assume. There we go, and then we want to come over here and pretend that that didn't happen. All right. Let us improve. Sorry, my brain is processing all of this. There is a lot here. that way. Not quite AT. Alright. Can you just... Let us think for about 10 seconds here. So I cam 7 this. What would be quick? I mean, theoretically, you want to get as far over as possible, as quickly as possible. So I see that either coming from here with enough speed and landing here, and then just dropping down might be fast. I could also see maybe if there's enough to jump straight on the road. And then if I look up there, penalty is not going to be faster. And there's nothing up there. What is under here? Nothing. But there is an under here, but we don't want to do that. What is under here? Okay. Can we just go through the water? I mean, we honestly could. So what we could do is we could just jump into the water. But the water is going to cap your speed at like 101 or so, I think. So I'm not sure if that's going to be of any use. Let's find out. So one thing we could do... No, that's not going to be it. You're going to have a clean entrance into there. Oh, and you'd have to go... I didn't see the hole there because it was blocked in my view by the shadow, but theoretically you could do this. Because then if you came down here, as long as you don't do what I just did... Yeah, there's too much in there for, I think, that to be feasible. I was hoping there'd be some cool underwater things that we could do. Maybe there still is. Who knows? I'm not the best person to try that out. So the farthest I can jump is there. In that case. I was trying to jump far left. I want to see where I can go. Aw. I think you can do a risky there, but I'm not sure if it's faster. I would assume so. Okay, we need a lot of speed. I guess the other thing is, like, I did just, like, sort of PF the first one, and it's not really faster. This will definitely not be fast. But... okay. So that one actually turned out to be pretty fast. Maybe there's something to that one. But I want to go full speed. See if I can get a faster run this way. Yes, I can. Much faster. But that is definitely not the fastest. Try a big old nose slide there. That could be faster. 17.8. Let me see if I can get a good run on the top. So that was with the water bounce. But what if I need to remember I can't jump that far out to the right. See, that's what's going to tank me on the top, because you have to kind of jump to the right there. to make that line even viable. Could just be skill checked. Always possible. So there's a decent one. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. That was 0.6 slower. What about a bug slide? I'm curious to see if this is even worth it. Oops. I'm gonna have so much exit speed out of my original route though, so I'm not really sure if this is gonna gain. It's gonna gain a lot initially. Yeah, obviously it's gonna be a slowdown, but okay. Let me try with my route that got AT. And then maybe we can see something there. Okay. Alright. And that was with a really crappy end. I don't know if that's worth it. I really don't. Yeah, that's definitely not. I mean, at least the way I did it. Let's go for 1 or 2 more PBs, because, like, that one, the end was better, but the beginning sucked. So, let's see if I can put 2 and 2 together. I need to get a good beginning and a good end. Steered through the gear there by accident, so I don't think that's okay. I will take that for now. I like that puzzle. A little bit more pathfinding. I think there's a lot more to gain, but let us see what we got in the small hops. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I like these. Whoa, that was a small hop. This is cool. Magnet. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. Honestly, cool. And I like the use of the signs too. I know Spam's talked about it. And I've heard a few others, mostly on Spam's channel, but like he talks about like color coding the arrows so that you know when you have to drift and you know what's a sharp turn, and I think this one does a pretty good job at that. So you got like a green turn, so I know I don't need to like steer too much and I can just go flat out, and then like towards the end here the red's indicating like a sharper turn. I like that. I think that's good mapping. I think more mappers should do that. Okay, honestly not too much to this one. This one's just gonna come down to clean driving, so I like the concept, but it's another one of those, I hate to say annoying, but annoying maps where it's like we're all gonna be within a tenth of each other. Like I'm gonna get like a 2/10 PB and I'm gonna gain like 6,000 places. So that's my only complaint about this one. But good mapping with the signs so that you know when there's a sharper turn. Fun concept. I do like the hops. I like the first run was kind of like a jump scare because like I was like, okay, I knew the hops coming. That one's very obvious, but then it's like this one right here, that little hop just kind of came out of nowhere for me, which is kind of fun. probably some gear stuff that you can do here, because I'm guessing, I'm just driving right now without really paying attention, just kind of pressing gas and going. But I'm guessing that there is some sort of issue with the gears and where these jumps are. Because you're right by a gear there. You're right by a gear there. So it's like almost like these like little hops happen like when you're about to gear up. Okay, half a second gained me pretty decent amount of places. Ooh, what? Had a game stutter. I crashed, and then the game decided that it wanted to stutter afterwards. It's almost like I scared the game with how bad I'm driving. Okay. That felt better. But yeah, see, 0.1 and I just gained 6,000 places. So I think this is going to be a really optimized line. I don't think there's too many tricks besides getting the gears in the right place. I can see, like, if you're a beginner and you're not driving like perfectly in the beginning, it might be a little difficult. Like if you hit this, like if you hit any of the penalty grass, I think it's really gonna mess with you. I wonder if there's a way that you can get through this with just like without any slides, like any skid marks. That could also be a good one. There's probably an airtime reduction you can do there. Yeah, I think reducing airtime time, tight line, avoiding penalty grass on this one, pretty good. Like something like that, maybe. I lost in the end, but I think something like that will definitely help. But I'm already pretty close to, I wouldn't say maxed out, but I'm pretty close to a decent run that's going to be harder to improve. Yeah. Alright, let's try and get one more PB, and then we'll move on to the LOL map. That's my favorite. I don't know what I did, but I was 2 speed faster, and oh, sure, I'll take it. Great concept. All right, stunt hunt. Oh, there's a guide. All right. We got Matt Lightning in first. I immediately saw this. That's fun. So there's one checkpoint. And I see that one checkpoint. So you can go that way, or you go this way. Yeah, that's not a fast way. Oh, goodness. What in... Oh, man. Oh, God. What have they cooked? Holy. Yeah, this one might just be an author time for me and grab my popcorn watching everyone else. I know exactly what the strat is going to be here, and I am not going to hunt it. I can tell you that already. Because not only do you have to get that ridiculous gap, but there's got to be a simple way here, right? Not only do you have to get that gap, there is a cycle down here that you have to also get. Like, I don't think it's, like, too terrible to get, but that is not going to be a pleasant one to hunt. Which immediately makes this 4 thumbs up. Because that's what I like to see in my LOL maps. Like, this is fun. Okay, we want to go to the right. And this is going to be one of those where you just kind of like... At least they're kind and put a checkpoint there. I think you got to clip one wheel. Yep, like that. But you also have to hit the water. I wonder if there's a way to bounce over that. Okay, there's that. So how much does this save? That saved 4 seconds. Okay. So this one you're going to want to reduce air time. So that one's not too bad when you figure it out. And then this, you need to come to the right. Just to come to the left and fit through this fun gap. Oh, lovely. Braden M, honestly, plus plus. I hate you, but in a good way. Yeah, and I thought last week's gap was tight. Don't encourage people. Honestly, I would, just for sheer insanity, I would love to see people keep making like crazy gaps like this that like only the pros are going to be able to make, just so that we can have some content. Just grab our popcorn and watch them struggle, because honestly that's fun sometimes. Okay, that was a decent run. I think I might take... No! And that's exactly what I meant about hunting this. My goodness, that is unfortunate. That just... I don't know what place that would have been, but that would have been AT. Like, by a lot. And then you got this weird start. I guess I should mention that. So, plastic starts are, like, really difficult when you have to turn pretty soon after the start. You don't want to turn too much, because if you turn too much, you will lose the gear, and it's painful. Okay, how much did I lose? Holy moly. I lost so much. I think I could get like a 16 on this again if I want to hunt it, but no, this is a proper LOL track. Like, I don't play the Bonk Cup, but watching the Bonk Cup, this would, something in the style of this would be perfect for it. Like, obviously longer than you know, 18 seconds or so, but let's see. Yeah, so you have to sear just enough that you're not going to lose the gear. So let's do this. And no. So I can already gain 0.8. And then on top of that, I just face planted those moving blocks. Okay. .4 seconds. Holy cow, I must have lost so much. Lots of dings there. I want to get a better run than that. Honestly, like, great set of maps. Ooh, and there is Open Planet. Green timer, ghosts, extra leaderboard. Lovely time for an update. If you're ever curious of all the plugins I use, there's about half of them. Yeah, I'm curious, like, I'm going to be really curious to see the record on this. But there's a couple things I want to call out on this map. Not just, like, me being happy about, like, this is a proper LOL map and all that fun stuff, but also specifically, if you're going to make an obnoxious, you know, part like this, wonderful placement of a checkpoint. Like, there have been a couple maps that have a hard section like this, but you have to drive practically the entire map just to get the just to get to the place you want to practice. And then if you fail it, there's no way to respawn. This is really good mapping for a wall map. Like, honestly, really good mapping, because especially for beginners. Now, there might be some that argue, well, okay, this reduces, like, you know, the fun for some of the more skilled players, because it allows people like, honestly, like, you know, me, who aren't that skilled, to just sit here and get brain damage trying to, you know, figure this part out. But honestly, I think it's really good. Like, I want to practice getting this through so that I don't have to. It reduces the rage, you know. I know what I need to do. I need to turn the car sideways. I missed it there, so I can just respawn. I don't have to spend 14 seconds of my life getting to this place. So that is something that, like, I encourage more mappers to do, with mostly with LOL maps. Like, I don't think it applies as much to regular maps, but like something like this, especially when the maps are designed for beginners, it gives everyone a shot. But then it also, like I said, this next part is on a cycle too. Like, that's gonna be really difficult to practice if you have to nail the cycle and nail this jump every single time. So it allows you to break the map up into a more manageable, you know, section. Anyway, now that I've gotten significant brain damage trying to figure that part out consistently, I'm gonna try and get a PB, and then we'll call this a day. Okay, that is bad. I don't want to eat the gear. It's funny, because I never used to have that happen with keyboard on plastic, because I was always tapping, you know, tap, tap, tap. And so I was, in between the taps, that's when the gear shifts. And it's like a newer concept for me to have to really be diligent about stopping steering so that I don't eat that gear. Okay. Oh, man. That felt decent. Ah, man. I didn't know which way to counter steer fast enough to try and impact any sort of change. Okay. There's no way this is fast, right? No. Darn, was hoping to sneak a wheel in there. Honestly, I might just take the run that I have, because I think I got pretty lucky. I know I can get a way better run, but I'm struggling to make that gap now. Well, we're going to give this one a thumbs up, and we're going to call it a discovery. So let's take a look. We've got 5 author medals. And honestly, my thoughts, very, very good this week. Very, very good. Last week was a little boring for me, but I really, really, really like these maps. So hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a little late. Sorry for that, but I want to get something out to you guys. Maybe my point of view can be laughed at now that everyone's already figured out the routes. I honestly hadn't taken a look. So hope everyone's having a good week. Staying relaxed and chill. And I'll catch you next time.